Hi everyone, hope you're doing okay. I know I posted on Monday a little bit about your next assignment, which is creating the outline for your essay. And I'm just going to go over, I posted in Google Classroom in the outline assignment, and I posted two documents, two PDFs that you can have a look at. And they're basically the same ones that are in your This I Believe package. The first one is create your outline. So this is just basically what you're going to do when you create your outline. So I'm going to read it with you and go over it a bit with you as well. So make sure you give your essay a title is the number one. Number two is number your paragraphs when you're creating your outline. So if you look at the example on the back in your This I Believe booklet, this is a student example. So make sure every paragraph has a number. And this is a really good thing that you can look at when you're creating your outline. Your outline will be typed, so hopefully everyone can type your outline and submit it in Google Classroom. But if you can't do that, that's okay too. Try to type it out if you can, but if you can't, just write it on paper and take a picture of it and send it in to me. Yeah, so after you make sure your paragraphs are all numbered, number three is you're going to write your hook, topic, and thesis statement for your introduction. So in the previous assignment, you were to write two hooks, and you're going to choose one of those, and that's going to be your hook or your introduction to your essay. And number four is write the big idea for each paragraph and then detail your support in bullet form. So here on the example, you can see, I know this is backwards for you, but every paragraph has a title or a big idea. So for this one, and then it has your details underneath there, okay? And then the next part is at the top of each paragraph, that's number five. Identify the strategy that you're using to illustrate. So you're clearing up misconceptions or writing an anecdote or an example, or you're illustrating with some kind of image or some kind of analogy. And then the last one, number six, is identify your strategies for closing your paragraph. So when you're looking at closing, for your closing paragraph or your conclusion, this one right here, this piece of paper or the next one in your booklet is concluding. So when you're concluding your essay, you really have to think about a few things, and you could do it a few different ways, but this information will give you some tips on how to do that. So I'll just read it over with you. I know sometimes when you have someone read things to you, you understand it better. So the conclusion is the big bang at the end that clinches your thoughts, ideas for the reader. There are a number of good techniques and devices to create a powerful ending. Some of the techniques you use to create an introduction are equally as solid as conclusions, ending with a quote, question, or anecdote. Consider using the following strategies and wrapping it all up. Now you want to try to avoid just summarizing too much. The end of an essay should really give your reader an idea of, okay, now what? And it's your way out of your essay. So you want to end it off and get out of there. So one way to do that is you could circle back to the beginning and readdress your initial main idea. So it says, with this conclusion, the writer returns to the beginning. If you started with an anecdote or a short story, then you could close with some insight on how the story develops or ends. If you started with a quote, then you restate the quote and provide some closing thoughts. Circling back to the beginning involves writing back to your opening strategy as a summary. So it's not really summarizing what you just said, but it's going back, it's bringing the reader back to that main idea that you started with. Okay. So the next one is possible solution. So you're offering a solution to the problem that you presented in your essay. So here it says, with this conclusion, the writer proposes a solution to the problem outlined in the introduction. This is a form of giving advice or sharing a lesson. Quotes are really useful here as they are morsels of compact advice that can be quickly explained and related to your topic. Sometimes an author can pose a question or a series of questions and then outline a positive solution in response. So you're offering a solution, a possible solution, not like the only one, but a solution to what you presented in your introduction. And then the next one is restate and emphasize the thesis, which is you're kind of doing the same thing, but this is just a little bit more focused. So this strategy uses repetition to drive home the message. To accomplish this, you restate your thesis using different words and summarize all of the reasons you have come to know this as true. So in this one, you are kind of summarizing a bit more. This one is, I don't know, in my opinion, the least effective because you're really just restating what you said. But if you do choose to do this one, you're really driving home your point. So you really want your reader to really understand the main idea or the main message of your essay. So make sure that your main message is really clear and that you outline that or say that right in the beginning of your essay. And then the last one, further questions. I kind of like this one because it kind of gets your reader to think about, okay, so why is this important? And now what? What's next? So in this conclusion, the writer poses questions that remain unanswered and prompts the reader to continue thinking. The conclusion usually starts with a rhetorical question that the author develops and relates back to the body of the essay. Okay, so those are some ways that you could think about concluding your essay, and I'm going to give you the rest of the week to work on this outline, so I think it's really important to have a really good solid outline before you actually start writing your rough draft, which is your next assignment for this. So the next part is writing your rough draft, which is coming up next week, and I'll give you some pointers on doing that as well next week. And after that, you're going to be editing and revising, and I'll give you pointers for that as well. And then you'll be writing your good copy and handing it in. So there will be assignments posted on Google Classroom for each step of this process. So please check Google Classroom. If you don't know how to get onto Google Classroom yet, it's okay, but email me. And it's really to your benefit to check Google Classroom. So I hope everyone's doing that. I hope this was helpful. If you need anything, I'm always available on the Google Hangout from 1 to 2 p.m. And please contact me if you're having problems with anything else. I'm more than happy to help you, and good luck. So that's it. Just write your outline for the rest of the week working on this. That's the example here. Okay? Good luck. Bye.